All right, guys, so let's look at our first reversal from this position. Okay, so we're going to hit that same inversion that we talked about. And then once we come out the back door and get behind them, okay, we're going to look to actually use that, okay, to get on top of our partner. Okay, so we get into this position, reverse De La Riva, and regardless of whether or not, he's on a knee or on a foot like we talked about, okay, we're going to get some sort of an off balance that extends and takes weight off of this top leg, okay, or off of this lead leg, okay? So our leg position, we can be in a knee shield, we can have our ankles crossed, okay, whatever the case is, we can have even a foot on our partner's hip here. However it happens, we get our extension. Okay, so remember, it always starts off with taking weight off of our partner's lead leg and some degree of extension of our reverse De La Riva leg. There's going to be some degree of pendulum here with this leg, but without over swinging to where we get caught up into any sort of problems. So we get into this position, we go from that cross shoulder to the cross lat. We give a good little knee pull, okay, and we pivot off of that hook, that reverse De La Riva hook, to get the angle that we need. Once we get to about here, behind our partner's hamstring, to prevent any sort of backstepping and to help us finish that rotation. And always leading with this knee close to our chest so that I can get my knee behind my partner's hamstring like this. Okay, we're going to end up in this position here. So I did it with a hand on my partner's ankle, so we're going to typically end up over this leg. If you scoop grip the leg, you'll end up under the leg. It doesn't really matter. I'll demonstrate it from both, but we did it from this position here, so we're going to end up here. Right when I get into this position, you're behind your partner and you're underneath their center of gravity, and their weight's a bit offset. So when he goes to put weight on me, it's very easy for me to push my training partner off. I have this sort of like leg pressing style strength here with my legs. So it's very easy for me to keep weight off of me in this position. Now, obviously, there's things that your partner is going to want to do from here, but as soon as I get into this position, it's never a bad idea to start looking to come up on your partner. So my goal from this position is going to be to use my two legs, and there's a couple different ways that we can position our legs, but from right now, we'll do it from this exact configuration. So I'm holding onto the shin, other hand is right here on the hamstring. And I just literally extend my two legs and leg press him off of me. What that's going to do is it's going to get his two hands to the floor, and it's going to give me momentum to sit up in this position like this. The second that I sit up in this position, my left hand goes to the floor. So the hand that was on the hamstring goes to the floor. The hand that was on the shin immediately comes up to my partner's hip, elbow deep. Okay? This way, if we just turn a little bit, we come up into this position here. Okay? So now, in this way, if my partner was to try to move away from me, I'm connected to the hips. So I can use that to start heisting and take two hands to the hips and then start coming forward and putting weight onto my partner's hands. If he tried to stand up here, I typically like to, instead of going to a body lock immediately, going to a thigh pry first, because that way if he tried to take his hands off the floor, I can always jam them back down and put chest pressure on my partner, and then we get to a good chest to back position, ready to start putting our hooks in. So again, we come out, reverse De La Riva situation. Let's play it from exactly. His leg is up this time, so you'll see that it's no different here. Start off with a curl shoulder post as I normally would. The previous one I went to the ankle. Let's say I went inside. Right as I go inside, I try to get elbow deep with this arm here. Okay, so I come in, push and pull. This time, because he's putting so much weight on me, when I push him and he leans back in, we create that good extension over the shoulder. I get in elbow deep so that I can start using this to help turn the corner. Notice this foot is still hooked in as best as I can. And this leg doesn't overextend to where he can get a hold of it, okay? We give a bit of a pendulum, but it's more of a knee pull. And I go from this lat grip right here on my partner. I pull my knee straight to my chest, and I aim to lead with this knee. The knee is going to dictate whether or not you succeed or you fail in this inversion. So when I come in and I start to turn that corner, right as my head starts pivoting out, look how I'm aiming to pull my knee as close to my chest as I can and get it behind him. Now to help me complete this inversion and prevent any sort of backstep, right to the hamstring, and we turned this corner here. Notice I'm under the leg now with this hand, okay? So as I'm underneath the leg, my legs are in this position here. My knee's out of danger of any sort of leg locks, and in one motion, we just extend our partner through and immediately come up, okay, to the hips. Now just be a little bit cautious here. When you start coming through, just don't give your leg easily to your partner. Right as you go to come up, pull that heel towards your butt. So when you go to come up, just make sure you tuck it, and you should be looking to heist immediately from this position. So once I start pressuring forwards with the legs and coming up to the hip, punch your whole elbow into the hip, you should already be looking to have this hand on the floor and start coming up. And as he goes to move away from you, jamming all that weight forwards, okay, getting a knee in front of the hip, and then we can start going in and look to transition to the back, break our partner down, go into any of our chest to back, okay, off balances and attacks from there. So one more time, we come out, and let's get it from this angle so you can see the whole thing. We come in, this time I'll go to the heel, and you'll see that it's the same thing. So I create that push, I feel that weight coming into me, I start taking him over the shoulder, and we start turning the corner, and we end up in this position here. Right as we turn this way a little bit. The second we turn, without hesitation, just pushing with both of our legs, and then coming straight up to the waist. Okay, and then from here we can start going in and taking our partners back.